Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Healings with Jess. I'm so glad that many of y'all have decided to return. I will be doing the weekly energy report for the first week of April. This is going to cover the dates of 1 through 7 April. Okay, and it's kind of an exciting time because we have the new moon in Aries, which will happen on the 5th of April, which is Friday. And what's interesting about this new moon is that it's going to be a very potent moon. Is going to be very potent energy, and this will be a perfect time to really think about, your intentions that you set back in March, actually back in January with a major supermoon. We've had 3 supermoons in a row, the one in January, February, and March. But what's interesting about this new moon is that it is in the midst of 2 full moons, both in the sign of Libra. So which is rare. It's rare to have 2 full moons in the same sign. So that is creating very unique energy, particularly around relationships this time, okay? I know relationships are usually at the forefront of many of our hopes and dreams and desires. But right now, specifically in April, in between these two full moons, is a time where we're going to have to get serious about, okay, what relationship or relationships are truly in my life for me? Who truly has the best intentions for me and who really wants to support and love me and be there for me? Or who are those relationships who are just there and they're no longer serving, the highest good? So really, guys, that's going to be the decision many of you all are going to have to make. And you're being called to examine the people in your lives. And this is not just romantic. I mean, this is professional, and this is also friends and family. The reason why this is happening is that many of us right now are ascending on our ascension journey, and we are being called to up-level ourselves and to step into our higher power and our higher truth. And in doing so, we do have to shed the past, right? And that's what a lot of us did in the month of March with Pisces season. We were called to do a lot of releasing and a lot of detoxing and letting go and purging. But now we're in Aries season, and it's the energy of inspired action. Let's take action. Let's do this. Let's make our plans happen, right? So, and with that includes, okay, well, if we're going to make plans, well, who is there to really support me and guide me, right? And maybe you have some people in your lives who are trying to slow you down or block you, or they're being negative, and they're trying to deter you from achieving your goals and dreams. Well, then those are the types of people that you're going to have to really look at and determine, okay, are they really here for me, or is it time to release that relationship? And if it's time to make the release, then harness the energy of the Libra moons, and it will get you through this. The new moon that's going to happen on the 5th will definitely increase your intuition. You're going to sense extra sensitivity around Friday, around the new moon, just because it's also in Aries. So a lot of fire energy, which sparks creativity, inspiration, and motivation. So this will be a perfect time to really examine what's working for you and what's not, and then think about what action or steps you're going to need to take in order to make those course corrections. All right. So it's an interesting time for us, and I'm going to start shuffling. It's an interesting time for us right now. Aries season, it's the first sign of the zodiac, and we're starting a new astrological new year. So lots of energy of renewal, rebirth, inspired action. First out the gate is the creator. Speaking of fire energy, this is the king of fire. So front and center for everybody, okay? And he is okay, we also have the Lovers and Harmony that came out, and he is all about harnessing your courage and your strength to think about how you want to move forward in your lives. So let me finish shuffling. I just need 2 more cards. It's just that I'm at a new desk right now, and the height of it is a little bit awkward for me, and I'm throwing the cards around. But, okay. But I think we have some good ones. So at the front, we have the creators as front and center, like I said. Major Aries energy, masculine fire energy. Many of us are working through relationships. We have the lovers in reverse. Okay. But we're also trying to find balance and harmony within our lives right now. Okay, and that came up upright. Success came out. Okay, so positive energy is also a fire card. And then past lives. Okay. So I think many of us are ending karmic cycles, karmic relationships. All right. Bottom of the deck, transformation reversed. This is the Tower card. Okay. And that is what will be, well, that's the energy we'll be working with right now. Let me move this out of the way. So major transformations are going on overall for everybody. Because the Tower came up reversed, I feel like this is more internal. So you're not going to see the big, oh my God, I'm losing my job. My money is, flowing away from me. There's nothing in the bank. All of my relationships are falling apart. I'm fighting with everyone. I don't see that. That's not the energy that I'm seeing here or I'm feeling. When the Tower card came up, I feel like this is more internal. It's for you all to literally shed your old skin, your old self, release that, because this is an internal transformation for all of you. Like I said, we had the Creator come up in the forefront of the reading. This is the center part of the reading. This represents you. And we are being asked to tap into our divine masculine energy and to step into that masculine power to take the appropriate steps and action that's required to make the changes that we need. Also, his solar plexus is lit up, and this is where we get a lot of our creativity and our ideas and our courage to move forward. The Creator is all about telling you all to tap into his energy and create the lives that you want. Listen to the downloads that you're getting right now, and particularly around the new moon on Friday. Definitely go within and retreat, but eliminate the ego. Many of us get stuck in our egoic thoughts, and that's where we start limiting ourselves. We start believing, pre-programmed thinking from external sources. People who are saying like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're crazy for doing that. Why are you going to take on that action? Aren't you afraid? Aren't you thinking you're going to fail? Don't listen to that. Right now, you are being called to up-level yourself and to step into your true power, whatever that means for you. The Creator is here to say, now is the perfect time for you to harness that creative energy, step into that divine masculine power. We're in Aries season, so it's all about you. The catchphrase for Aries is I am, right? So it's all about who you are, redefining yourself, and then showing up in life as your, repackaged self. So many of us are working on relationships. We have the Lovers in reverse. And because we're in between two full moons in Libra, relationships are at the forefront of that energy. And we may be feeling some conflict, some disconnection, maybe some detachment with our significant others. Also, the Lover's card can also represent you. Lover's card can talk about your spirituality, your belief system, your moral system, and maybe you're in conflict with that because of the up-leveling that you're experiencing. So another aspect of the Lover's card is the heart chakra, right? Because this is reversed, maybe some of you are experiencing a closed heart chakra, and it is preventing the energy of calling in that relationship you're seeking, if that's something that you want for, 2019. So again, the Libra full moons are going to really make you get real with the people in your lives. And really it's essentially going to be of who makes the cut, at the end of this. So April is going to be a month of action. A lot of action is going to be happening. It's just going to be an energetic month. Mercury retrograde has now started to go direct, but it hasn't quite settled. But with Mercury going direct, helps improve the communication process. Also, Mars has just recently moved into Gemini, and Gemini also governs communication. So perhaps what's going on is that many of you are experiencing some sort of conflict because your communication hasn't been clear with your significant other or partner. So this will be a perfect time for you to think about what it is you want to say to that person that you're in conflict with. Okay? I think if you can clear the air with honest conversation, you will definitely bring about harmony. And harmony is next up. So this is the energy for you right now, is reestablishing balance, reestablishing harmony, and tapping into, your water energy. This is going within. This is looking what's inside your heart. See how the lady's heart chakra is literally illuminated, and she is projecting, this beautiful essence of dolphins. And, dolphins have this unique ability to communicate with one another without actually physically communicating. I mean, they have the sonar, so they are on the same wavelength, right? This is about vibrational energy here. And when we're operating at a lower vibrational energy, when we're stuck on our thoughts, when we're stuck in limited thinking, when we're stuck in toxic relationships, when we're just stuck in a rut, we're going in the same cycle over and over and over, and we're not moving, that can impact how we communicate with other people, and that can impact these relationships. And if that's the energy that you're trying to call in and manifest, these relationships will not work. But if you tap into what's going on right now and clear those blockages, you will establish harmony within yourself and within your relationships. And if you can do that, you will achieve success. You will achieve everything that you are trying to set out for, right? So this is a 6 card, and this is about balance, and it's a fire card. So do the work is essentially what this reading is all about. The energy right now is prime for you to call in your hopes, dreams, and desires. All you have to do is get out of your own way and take that inspired action to do so. But success, this came up, upright. So it's in the near future for many of you, okay? Overall outcome is that we will be clearing out past lives. So I feel like what these relationships are, the ones that aren't working, are karmic relationships. Because when the past lives card comes in, this is talking about old soul contracts that are no longer serving us. This is about ending cycles. This is a card about endings. And many of you are up leveling and you're shedding your old selves. Well, that's old karmic stuff that you've already dealt with, you've already learned the lessons from, and you don't need to carry that into your new cycle, okay? And for those of you who are blocking the release of this karmic cycle, what's going to happen is you're going to repeat it again in your new cycle. I don't know too many people who would really want to do that, just because a lot of these lessons can be really painful and stressful and cumbersome. But it's all about just getting real with yourself and having the courage and strength to say no more. This old pattern, this old cycle, this old relationship, this old style of relationships that you've been calling in to your lives is ending. And if you can end this karmic situation here and now, then you ultimately will be making that change for your future generations. So literally, this is you saying the buck stops here with me. This old karmic pattern. This can be like ancestral karma as well. And if you're able to do the work to stop that, it's done. It's done, and you have changed your destined course forever. Also impacting your future generations. So this is a big deal, right? This is huge, because remember, at the bottom of the deck was the transformation card. This is the tower moment, your internal tower moment. So big energy here, really big energy that's going on for the month of April, and that's really kicking off the first week of April. I mean, this is huge. This is about digging deep, really looking at your relationships and deciding, okay, you are not serving me anymore. You know, the way you speak to me, the way you treat me is not going to work. Or, hey, you know, I'm in this romantic relationship, but my needs are not being met, and I'm not being treated or seen the way that I feel I need to be seen. I am seeking a relationship that is, you know, full of love and light and laughter and balance and happiness and respect. And say that. If that's something that you really want, put it out there. You know, this is the week to do it, especially with the new moon. So if you're trying to call in true love, then declare it and be bold about it, because that's what the Creator is here to do. He is telling all of you to be bold, to dream big, and to go for what you want and what you desire, and don't have any fear or guilt about it at all. This is your life, and it is time for you to create the life that you want, because success is guaranteed if you do the work. You will be happy. Abundance is coming in for you. You just have to ask for it, and you just have to call it in, and you have to create that space. But you have to let go of the past in order to do it. If you let the past linger, all it's going to do is block the energy flow. And you will either manifest something completely differently than what you really intended, or you will delay the entire manifestation process altogether. So, I'm so excited for everyone. This is a very interesting reading. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to pull some oracle cards, and this is from the Untamed Truth. And I really enjoy these cards. Those of you who've seen my videos understand that these cards are really unique and interesting, and have beautiful artwork on them. But the messages can be a bit unconventional, and it can come in a way that is literally untamed. First out is connection, reverse, okay? So, like I said, maybe some of us are blocking some of those connections and relationships that okay, so I'm going to pull, it's going to be another 5-card spread, and I'm throwing cards all over the place. Let's put that one there. Let me move this out of the way. We have abundance, endurance. Those are 2 cards that splashed. So abundance is definitely in store for everyone, which goes right in line with the success card that we just saw in the tarot reading. So I use the Osho Zen tarot cards to first bring in the messages for us for this first week. And then, like I said, I'm using the Untamed Oracle truth cards to clarify the messages. And what I like about this is that it helps me see any synchronicities and dualities between the 2 messages. And that way it's kind of acting as a confirmation, like, yes, this is exactly what you need to be hearing and seeing for yourselves. So we got the fulfillment card, and we have a bonus card, the self card, okay? Bottom of the deck is love, okay? So, very interesting. Okay, so what does this all mean? I'm going to show these cards in order and how they came in. Connection, reversed. abundance, upright, endurance, imagination, and fulfillment, and self. Fulfillment came up reversed, self came up upright. These are the two cards that just flew out of my hands. Okay, so what am I seeing? There are struggles with connection, and that is synchronistic with the Lover's card, because that also came up reversed. So many of us, like I said, are struggling with relationships or connecting with people, and it's creating perhaps conflict or disharmony for those of you, I mean, for the people who are in our lives. But if we can clear that, right? If we can have those clear conversations, particularly now that Mars has moved into Gemini and Mercury retrograde is now going direct, our lines of communication will become a lot clearer and become a lot more effective. So we had the Harmony card that came out in the first reading, and we had the Abundance card that came out in the clarifier. Okay, so also the Success card at the bottom with the tarot deck. So good things are in store for us. Okay, it's just about doing the work and clearing those lines of communication and getting clear with what it is that you really want to call into your lives right now. And you know, it's all great energy. Endurance showed up because this is challenging work. And what's interesting here, and I really like the symbolism of the cactus. You know, you have these cactuses that are lined with needles, and you know, they can withstand extreme temperatures and very austere conditions, especially in the desert, but yet they still have an opportunity to bloom. They have a soft side to them, and they're filled with water. So these are very tough plants that can survive anything. And this card is coming in to let you know that inner strength is required to get you through, you know, this transition period, this period of rebalancing. You're also being asked to tap into your imagination, and this is about dreaming big, imagining the life that you want, and this is about expanding your mind into new thoughts, new ideas, and calling in new dreams, new hopes, new desires. Think big. You know, don't limit yourself to what you feel is real or tangible. No. That's not going to serve you any longer. That's not going to create the life that you really want. You all are here for a reason, listening to my message, listening to, you know, the information that's coming through these cards, right? I mean, this is no accident. You are here because you're doing your self-work, and you're here because you are up-leveling yourself, and you're here because you desire something bigger and better for you than what you thought was normal or the status quo. You're here to up-level yourself and break the chains of, you know, societal preconditioned thought. That's no longer serving you. By doing so, you're blocking fulfillment. You're being asked to tap into your inner self and to get yourself aligned. Align all the 7 chakras, right? Open up your heart chakra. Open up your throat chakra to speak your truth. Tap into your sacral chakra for inspired creativity, and open up your third eye to receive the downloads, because you right now are the only person that's standing in your own way. And that's what's really coming through strongly in this reading. Bottom of this deck is love. And this can be for relationships, but what I feel like this love card is coming through is saying, when you take inspired action, do it from a place of love. You have to give love in order to receive love. And this doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, but this can be acts of kindness, acts of service. And many of us on the ascension journey are being called to serve others. Many of us may feel that we need to enter the healing arts. That could be through counseling. That can be through massage, Reiki, ministering, maybe doing community service. But whatever this is, it's all about opening your heart chakra, opening your heart to others, and serving others through acts of kindness and acts of love. And that, if you approach your life in this manner and you put forth that energy, it will come back to you tenfold. Everything that we do energetically has a ripple effect. And in doing so, ripples bounce back to us. So what we put out there, make sure it's something that you would want to receive for yourself. Okay? So very interesting energy that I'm seeing right now. So next up, what I like to do is pull 3 cards from the Shamanic Oracle deck. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I am a practicing emerging shaman, and I like to give healing messages for your guidance and spiritual growth. Many of you are working on, different issues, different concerns, or maybe just here, for general guidance and advice overall on how to tackle the week. But what I like to do is infuse my readings with shamanic medicine and invitations. I feel like these cards really get to some of the roots of the problem and provide really great guidance and advice on how to navigate whatever the issue is. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. These cards also have a lot of symbolism, and the messages are always really poignant and right on. So I always like to read from the book. So I want to make sure that you truly understand what's coming in for you, and that you get the guidance that you need in order to move forward in the situation that you are in. And like I said, I am just throwing these cards everywhere. It's a new desk that I'm using, and the height and the chair height as well isn't quite right. So okay, you could take these 2. Okay, so we have the water card. We have the witness. And we have magic. Lovely, very lovely energy. Bottom of the deck is the tree of life. So tons of earth energy. This is about getting grounded, right? Staying rooted in your truth and not letting yourselves get too lost in what can feel somewhat chaotic right now. But first of all 3 cards, even the bottom of the deck card came up upright. So no medicine. So these are all invitations. So this is great. So the water card is coming in to tell you to flow. This is all about flow, right? I'm going to hold it up as I read the description of what it is, and then, what the invitation is for you. So water symbolizes purification, regeneration, birth, revival, and cleansing. It signifies an evolutionary shift from former self to new self. So like I said, what I'm seeing here is many of you are shedding an old image of yourself, an old idea of yourself, and you're being asked to step into your truth and power. We saw that through the Creator card. Okay? So many myths around the world speak of a great flood and the new life that is revealed after a deluge. Water begins without boundaries. Then, as soon as form has separated itself from water, it comes under the laws of time and life, thus acquiring limitations. Okay, so the meaning of this card, the message of this card for you is, when water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable, and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. If you feel joy, feel that fully. If you feel sad, Allow sadness to move through you. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust you can ride the wave of opportunity when it arises. Natural flow is here. Go with it. So very interesting. Yet not surprising, given all the changes that are happening in our lives right now. Okay. So next up is the Witness card. And Witness usually deals with getting still and observing what is happening in all of your situations. Okay. Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then, through our presence, they receive their own answers. Okay, so the message, that's what the meaning of this card is. The message for you is the witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. And that is the message I've been saying over and over throughout the reading is get out of your own way and let the universe, let destiny take its course. I have a thought, but I'm going to finish this for you. Okay. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. Okay? So it's about stillness. It's about getting out of your own way and just letting, I really want to say karma. I don't know why that's coming through for me right now, but the message that I'm getting is let karma take its course. So ending karmic contracts, ending soul contracts. And we saw that with the past life card, which deals specifically with ending karmic relationships, ending ancestral karma. Okay? So I feel like whatever's happening here is a karmic ending. And that needs to happen in order for you to step into your next cycle. And this next cycle is all about rebirth, okay? So very interesting. Your last card is the Magic card. Oops, here it is. Okay. This symbol represents the infinite intelligence of Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. Okay, so that's what this card means. So, infinite intelligence of the Great Spirit. Okay? The invitation is, when magic appears, you are invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance of synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. Right now, it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. Okay? So this is awesome. This is great, great energy. Like I said, you are being divinely guided, and you just have to get out of your own way and let nature take its course. Let endings happen. Maybe it's not a permanent ending. If maybe that's some of the fear that you have, it's just maybe a temporary ending where that person needs to go away so you can do your work and your spiritual up-leveling. And then maybe that will help motivate them to elevate their energy to meet you on a higher vibrational plane. okay? But you have to allow the process to work, okay? This is all about up-leveling you and up-leveling your vibrational energy, okay? So let's pull some twin flame messages, and this is the Pure Love deck. And we'll see what the Divine Masculine has to say to his feminine and vice versa. So I usually like to pull 2 cards. 2 for the masculine and 2 for the feminine. Okay. So I'm sensing a little bit of separation in the masculine. First card, I can just show it right now. We can talk about it. I see my future with you. And I wish you were with me. Okay? So I kind of get the sense that maybe some of you are perhaps out of union with your twin or your soulmate. But I don't feel like it's a permanent thing. I feel like maybe it was just a decision to take a break or take a step back and allow the relationship to breathe. But I mean, right now it's not surprising to me because, you know, with the 2 full moons in Libra, many of us are being asked to reevaluate what these relationships mean. So masculine was I see my future with you and I wish you were with me. Feminine says I feel we are getting closer, but you are not open to love right now. Okay? So there is some sort of separation going on. And feminines are feeling some sort of wall or block from their masculines. You know, there is love here, and I do feel like with this separation, I do feel like perhaps this was a break to allow people to rebalance, regroup individually, think about what it is that they have in that relationship, what that relationship means to one another, and to maybe assess if it's worth going forward with it. It looks like the masculine is missing his feminine, even though she feels that he's not open to love right now. But she does feel that she's getting closer. So maybe on the 5D, there is something happening for you all, where, yes, you're bonding in the 5D, but now it's all about how do you make that happen here in the 3D, right? It's interesting because we're dealing with this. And many of you may be in separations because of unclear communication. And I feel like a lot is happening in the 5D where there is a lot of love and there is that spiritual connection. You know, you know that they are your person and that you just want that union with them. But here in the 3D, there are blockages preventing you from doing that. Maybe it's the karmic stuff, okay? So, get still. Flow. Allow the process to clear itself and to work itself, because you have success and you have abundance showing up in this reading. Okay, you are going through a major transformation internally, and it is supposed to happen, and it's divinely guided. Continue to show up from a place of love, right? Continue to present yourself through loving acts of kindness, acts of service. Give love to receive love. Because this is a type of energy that you want in order to make this, whatever this is going on, this will bring it, acting from a place of kindness and love will make this 5D connection crystallize here in the 3D. okay? That things are happening karmically and people are just shedding the past. So that's what I have for all of you. I usually like to end, I'm going to pull, I usually like to end with Nature's Whispers, and we'll pull from the top of the deck. Clear out the old. Okay, that is the message overall that's crowning this reading. It doesn't get any clearer than that. Clear out the old to bring in the new. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. I really hope this message resonated with many of you. This is a general reading, so just take what works for you, leave what doesn't, and check in with me. You know, comment down below. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from all of you. I'll check in with you next week for your healing energy report. Also check out your zodiac sign. I'm in the process of uploading the remainder of those, so check those out, okay? Take care, good luck, have a great week, bye.